Hey, this is Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. On the line, we have Neal Pollack, writer of the new book that just came out a couple days ago, Pothead, My Life as a Marijuana Addict in the Age of Legal Weed. It's a long-ass intro. How you doing, man?
I am doing okay. How are you doing?
Not well, man. I'm glad you brought that up.
No.
I'm glad.
No. Who's doing well? Like, who would you talk to? Who would you trust if you asked them how they were doing these days, and they were like, great. Things are great.
I'm doing, yeah.
I love racial unrest and pandemic and cultural war and presidential election year. And I just love it. I love it. I love not being allowed to leave the house for months at a time.
I was sick of freedom, man.
It's good.
I was over it. I was over being free and like having free will and stuff. It just went on too long. I was just over it.
Yeah. So being able to determine your own freedom and safety, it gets old. And so let's just give it up. But you find ways to not skirt around the rules, but to actually leave the house. Like, I live in Austin, Texas, and South by Southwest was the first thing canceled. The first thing of all the things that were canceled. So we didn't have that festival. There's no sports. There's no movies. There's no live music. Really, there's not much live music. There is, I noticed, there is some stand-up going on. There are stand-up comics. I know you do stand-up. There are comics who are touring. There are comedy clubs that are open. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you go to a comedy club right now? But that's
or ever, really.
Apparently available. Forever, but I mean, right? But that's apparently an available entertainment. There's some stuff. There are some movie theaters that are open, but they're showing third-rate movies that opened in March because no one was going to go to them anyway. And the Goonies, everyone seems to be showing the freaking Goonies. Why? Well, who wants to go to the movie theater and see the Goonies? I didn't even want to go to see the Goonies when it came out in 1985. I was alive. But yeah, so there's nothing to do. I mean, I suppose you could go to a restaurant. Some restaurants are open, but it's like that doesn't sound much fun. Everyone's just going to be kind of eyeing one another warily, and then you have to put on a mask to go to the bathroom. Sanitize your hands before you go to the table. And you're drinking wine out of paper cups, and there's nothing good. So the only thing I've got going on. The only way I can actually leave the house and have anything to do is to go to the doctor. So I'm like, well, screw it. And now I'm going to do it. And so I'm 50 years old. I scheduled my age 50 colonoscopy. So there's, my wife did the same thing. And so there's a big to do. We're having to, do the colonoscopy prep and drink this disgusting liquid and pee out of our butts for, all night. And then we get a camera shoved up our ass. And now also, to add insult to injury, you have to get a COVID test before you get the colonoscopy.
What's worse?
It's just... What's that?
Which is worse for your experience?
I don't know. I haven't done either yet, but it's all coming. This is all part of this is essentially my South by Southwest this year. I got a camera shoved up my ass, and I get my brain tickled with an enormous swab. And that's it. That's like the combination music festival and the film festival, and I guess the NBA playoffs. I guess they're going to have the NBA playoffs maybe this summer or later this summer, but baseball and summer vacation, the colonoscopy. That's it. That's all there is. And I also went to the dentist, which was a wonderful adventure. They were so hygienic that I wasn't able to turn on the faucet to get water to rinse with. I had to press my knee against the cabinet, which automatically turned on the faucet.
That's
and then everyone was just I don't blame anybody who works in a dentist's office to be wearing basically a hazmat suit, but it was surreal. And every place you go, it's there's just these shields up, these face shields. Not face shields, it's just these plexiglass shields. And so there's, human contact is out of the question, unless they're shoving a camera up your ass.
I think they put the plexiglass up so you don't kiss the cashiers. That's why they.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. You just kind of. It's like our lives have been consumed by this health safety theater, and it's extremely bizarre that 4 months ago you could drive around and everything looked kind of fresh and new, and there was some optimism in the air, not an extraordinary amount, but some. And suddenly, like our cities are like these wastelands full of empty storefronts, and just everything's graffiti strewn, and there's garbage everywhere. There's like a tent city under the highway, like within 2 miles of my house. And suddenly, overnight, society just basically collapsed. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's a bad time for sure, and nobody really talks about it either. It was nobody really mentioned.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, we're just sheltering in place. We're just staying at home, staying safe. Making food. I'm like, have you seen what it looks like out there? My wife is like, oh, there's always empty storefronts. I'm like, yeah, there's always some empty storefronts, but not like every other storefront has a for lease sign in front of it because everybody's gone out of business. It's weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's like maybe next year we'll do stuff again. Like, it just makes sense. Nobody knows who writes the rules either. I was riding I have this motor scooter, which I probably shouldn't have made publicly. What are you? But I was riding through a park in there, and a truck pulls me over, and he's like, you can't have vehicles in the park right now. And I'm like, I was like, literally like, you have a truck, and he's like, oh, I can have vehicles in the park, but you can't. I'm like, can I see where this is written down, or do you have can you show me these rules that conveniently take your side randomly? I was like, and he's like, oh, well, I'm just doing my job, and I'm just like. I'm like, what is your job? What is even going on? It just doesn't even make any sense. They're all just trying to tell me what to do, and I'm like, I don't really understand it at all, and I just kind of laugh. I'm the only one that doesn't wear a spacesuit everywhere I go here. It feels like.
Well, I understand that everyone's just trying to keep from getting sick, right? I guess. But
yeah.
At the same time, there's this kind of resignation and this shrug, oh, well, that's just of course there's no sports. That's just the way things have to be right now. The cases are, it's like, of course there's no sports in Ohio. Cases are spiking in Arizona, and, and I'm just like, okay, sure, there's no sports. Of course there's no movies, and, don't go to the movies. I'm like, okay, I guess I will go to the movies. I just, it's just sad to me how quickly everyone became resigned to it.
Yeah, there's I didn't really need any evidence of people dying or any evidence of this at all. I mean, and it's like the Taco Bell employees that are wearing surgeon masks are going to outlive me and cheat death. It's it makes no sense.
Well, lots of people have died.
Yeah.
There's plenty of evidence.
It just hasn't really affected anything in Missouri, and Missouri's kind of shut. It's just weird.
Right. Well, sure. I mean, some places have had it worse than others, but it's there were a lot of people died in New York, and there was a big outbreak, and a lot of yeah, it's true. A lot of the deaths have been kind of confined to long-term care facilities and nursing homes. I'm not an expert on this.
No one is. It seems like it's the problem though.
I'm not advocating anything, one thing or other. I comply with all rules. I mask up when I go inside. I get annoyed if I see that someone isn't. I do what I'm supposed to do. I do what I'm told to do. But at the same time, I sit back and I'm just like, all of the sudden, it's kind of like this, and it's like an ever-shifting moral panic. It's like, people are dying, we have to stay inside. Cases are rising, we have to stay inside. It's like everyone's watching these graphs, and everyone has different graphs that they're watching, and I just feel like, I don't know. It's just that there's this incredibly there's this weird floating, drifting self-righteousness that I just don't get. I'm like, don't people want to do stuff? I got the sense before the crisis that people just were enjoying themselves. Some people, at least a lot of people, not everyone.
Yeah, it seemed like there was at least 20% more happy people.
Also, everyone's like, oh well, that's just the way it is. No schools.
Yeah, it's tear down.
No school for the kids.
Yeah, it makes all these.
Closed. Oh well.
Yeah, like everything just like shut down, and then there's like tearing down statues and buildings. And all. I'm like, I don't even have like an agenda in this. I'm just like watching it happen, just like kind of confused how the narrative's not consistent and how nothing makes sense.
I get a vibe, sort of a general like nihilist vibe off of you, but I just saw some guy post on my Facebook feed, which is always a dangerous thing to look at. It's like, we don't need statues. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, was anyone saying we don't need statues 3 months ago? Suddenly, like, we don't need statues? I mean, yes, technically, yes, we don't need statues to live, but
yeah, I just don't
statues are not sunlight. They are not water.
It's just like they argued over a dress color like one time. Like everybody's like arguing over a dress color. And it's kind of like this. This would reminds me of the same thing. The statue. It was like I couldn't imagine being passionate about taking either side. I just couldn't fucking. I'm like, they're like, what? Like this. It reminds me of like the dress thing. They're like, the dress is blue, like the dress is gold. And people were literally arguing about the same. It's just a constant thing. Every month there's a new argument, or every 2 weeks or something, and people just like to argue. Like people cared about that George Floyd guy. Now they care about something else.
But I'm just kind of like to say we don't need any statues. It's one thing if you want a petition to take down the statue of Robert E. Lee or whatever. But it's like, we don't need statues. It's like, okay.
You're right. We want them.
What's next? You guys, we don't need sculpture.
Yeah, it's like
we don't need paintings.
Yes, the banning of things. Yes, the banning of things that's more annoying and setting a weird precedent that doesn't make any sense. Like, honestly, it's just like.
We don't need to have names, guys.
Yeah, you don't need rights. Like, you don't need. We'll just sit in your house all day and fucking Amazon everything to yourself. Yeah, Amazon will be the last company. Just sit at your house and we'll mail everything to you. Stay there forever. Like, it just makes no sense. It's like yeah, that's how we're gonna beat. Like, that's how we cured cancer. We just sat at home for 6 months and then cancer was gone. Like, it's just like.
We don't need it. And also, like, you just say that you're not, you don't get passionate about statues. I can see that. Like, why do you really care about some dumb Teddy Roosevelt statue in front of
it's the giving up of rights and the precedent that I don't want. I see your point there. Go ahead, sorry. I get hyped up. Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is that, over the weekend there was a statue burning, essentially, in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, and they knocked down a statue of Ulysses S. Grant, who was the U.S. president who presided over Reconstruction, and,
he changed his name to like Ulysses S. just so his initials would be U.S. also. He's like one of the most American presidents probably of all time, and they just like knock him over. That's crazy.
Knock him over, the general literally defeated the Confederacy.
Right. They're like, fuck that guy.
They knocked over Father Junipero Serra, who like founded a bunch of Catholic missions, Spanish guy, founded a bunch of Catholic missions in California. Okay. And then they defiled statue of Miguel de Cervantes, the author of Don Quixote, and the statue is like of Don Quixote and Sancho Panza like kneeling in front of him, and they painted his eyes red, and they painted the word bastard under his name, and they they painted a bunch of symbols all over, and I'm just like, Cervantes is like the father of the modern novel. He opposed the expulsion of the Moors from Spain. He was a slave in the South for 5 years. He was kidnapped by pirates and enslaved for 5 years of his entire life. He was a slave.
That's crazy.
And yet they're defiling his statue. And then I see some guys trying to be like, oh yeah, but I mean, he worked for the Spanish Armada. I'm like, so has this all been about like being angry at people who were like agents of the Spanish Armada?
Right. Dude, none of it makes any. It seems like me, it's like almost like Chinese like funded or something, because like it just seems like communist tactics to get rid of like the signs of capitalism, the signs of America, like on like a grand scheme. On an individual level, just I don't understand who's falling for this or who's really motivated by it. But it just doesn't make any sense. It seems like China. I don't know. To me, it seems like China or some foreign country is trying to like get rid of the signs of America or something. Even the face mask, everything just seems Chinese to me. It's like they're like I think they thought they bought us maybe or something.
I don't know.
That's what it seems like.
I don't know what's going on.
Me neither. I'm guessing.
It just feels to me like America has collectively stepped on a rake.
No shit.
Smacking them in the face.
Yeah, and people you like think are smart people just like showed how dumb they are. It's just weird. Like the whole thing's just weird. Like I thought a lot of people were smart, but then I guess you scare them, and none of them could make any sense anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everyone to me just seems like they're terrified.
Yeah.
Of everything, and suddenly, and I don't know. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. It's just like to watch like a society just like melt down like this. It's been I don't know. Like I'll never get over it.
Right. It just makes no sense. It's like it's weird. It's like, what's the exit strategy of this? Like, does it just go to everything's like normal again, like Tuesday? You know what I mean? It's like what the fuck is even going on? Like, I don't even have any strat. It's just like I feel like it's mostly just like I don't know. I read like Hitler and Stalin shit. It seems like just to get rid of your rights like slowly is what it seems like to me. But I'm not sure what party is involved in this.
I don't see how to escape it at this point. It's just kind of like, okay, everything is and everyone is canceled.
Yeah.
And 40 million people are out of work overnight. Just like, well, it's what you got to do for the public health. But in addition to that, 120,000 people are dead. And also we are tearing down all the statues of everything, and burning and looting business districts. And that's okay. That's okay, because property's not as important as people. I'm like, okay, true. But
yeah, bold strategy, but it's still true. Yeah, the words you're saying are true. The actions are not. Like the actions are the problem.
But I don't feel like the wholesale ravaging of the Santa Monica Promenade did a lot to end structural racism.
Yeah,
in America.
More black people died from the protest than just the video. Like George Floyd was one.
I don't discuss matters of race. I'm just pointing out that there's a lot of like insane changes going on in society, and we're all just expected to wake up every day and like keep our families safe, and pretend like life is normal.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to. Yeah, be docile. Rub the Colgate fluoride on your gums and your teeth. Is like be as dumb as fucking possible and see only stupid people rewarded.
I'm just walking, doing my mandated outdoor time. Doing some hoops, doing my push-ups, trying to not gain a bunch of weight. Getting in the pool every now and then. I mean, and also, I don't know, getting on my knees and begging everyone for forgiveness, I guess. I don't know. The whole thing is just bizarre to me.
Yeah, it's like it's like a really bad Twilight Zone episode. You want to like fast forward through or maybe skip the next one. I'm like, this one's boring. Yeah. I'm like, this is the worst end of the world ever. I thought the end of the world would be like way more exciting.
It really is quite stupid.
Yeah, it's just boring.
Yeah, well, it's boring because we're not allowed to leave the house unless we want to go out and protest racism and get, have cops shoot beanbags at us.
Dude, yeah.
Projectile beanbags at our heads. It's like, I don't want that.
I barely left the house for the last 10 years. I just don't like being told I can't. I mean, I don't even want to leave my house. I don't want to be told I can't. It's like, that's the problem I have. It's like,
No, my lifestyle hasn't changed that much. I mean, I've been working at home since 1992. This is not really about me. So much. It's about the fact that like any reason I used to have to leave the house no longer exists.
Yeah,
unless I'm going to get my colonoscopy, in which case I can still leave the house. That's why I'm doing it.
Lucky. And also, you have a book coming out.
It's out. I have a book out. It came out.
The 16th, yeah, the 16th.
Came out a week ago.
Yeah, the 16th.
Came out a week ago. Yeah, there's a memoir about my addiction to marijuana, which I was, and I guess still am technically. Once you're an addict, you're not allowed to say like, well, I'm not an addict anymore, because you're always an addict. I was like, basically, it's a story about how I spent I don't know, 20 years or so high out of my mind every fucking day. And then had a complete meltdown, public meltdown, really embarrassing. A couple of embarrassing incidents, but one that was like embarrassing and dangerous. And if I'd been a black guy, I probably would have been got tossed in jail for.
You're not a black man?
What do you think?
I don't know. I just hear your voice. I was just wondering. It was an honest question.
No, I'm just a middle-aged Jew. But I'm saying, like, I had a really embarrassing public meltdown at the World Series of all places. I wasn't playing in the World Series. I was just in the, trying to get into the stadium. It was kind of it was like the bottom point of my adult life, and I finally decided to sober up and live with a shred of integrity. And so that's what the book's about, and it's about like how I was a stoner for many years, and then marijuana became legal in a lot of places, and I got this job as a reporter for a marijuana newspaper, and my job was just basically to travel around and, get as high as possible, which seemed like a good idea at the time, but led me to, led to my brain pretty much leaking out my ears.
Yeah, when it's encouraged rather than rebellious. That's funny. I quit smoking weed and I started doing cocaine. Like, I don't know if that's the same thing you're talking about or not, but
I don't know. You're like still currently like doing cocaine?
Well, not at the moment because I'm working, but
no, I understand. Not at the moment, but like that is your current drug of choice.
Yeah, recreational cocaine use is probably the best drug out there. Probably just ruins your brain when you snort it. It's pretty good for you. I think it has a lot of vitamins.
Well, I mean, hey man, I am. I'm not your 12-step sponsor.
That's hilarious.
You gotta do anything you can to get yourself through this period of history, this insane period of history that hopefully we'll never have to. Excuse me, I'm not bored, but I woke up early and I went and volunteered at the food pantry, handing out frozen dinners to people. I like that. It's like
you're like, I'm not bored. Well, I'm a fucking hero.
No, again, it has something to do. And also, like literally, like 2 minutes after we were locked down, suddenly there were thousands of people in line for, starving to death because no one had saved any money, and people who were losing these $12 an hour jobs left and right, and suddenly, like, everyone was, all of a sudden people were starving and desperate, and it just occurred to me, like, oh, this is a problem in society, and, so, I didn't know if there's much I can do about it other than, like, if you can give a little money if you have some, and you can give some time if you have some. So,
Yeah, I think Bill Gates was like, Bill Gates thought they'd all die of COVID, so like he didn't plan for like the people starving probably. He's like, I thought they'd all get the virus. Like,
what you think? He figured it into the pandemic or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I keep coming back to talking about the crisis, but yeah, I do have this book, right? And so it's just kind of weird. Like, I mean, I think I like the book. I think it's good. People who have read it seem to like it. It's certainly like of a piece with like the other stuff I've written. It's a good book, but at the same time, it's like in the face of everything that's going on. I don't know. Sometimes I just like, well, it just feels a bit small. But I also think that there are probably lots of people out there who haven't done anything but smoke weed for the last 4 months because there's nothing else for them to do, and maybe they can find a little solace in the fact that they're not the only person who's dealing with this shit. And,
Yeah, like I remember when I was able to leave the house and smoke weed. Like whenever they read your book, like man, wasn't leaving cool?
Like, wasn't leaving that? Well, we can still look. I have left the house every day since the panic began.
I'm gonna call ICE and then 911 real fast. I gotta report this.
It was never illegal to walk my dog. I have a dog, and she walks with me.
I feel unsafe that you're walking your dog still. I'm just saying, I feel super unsafe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, if I see someone not wearing a mask, like, you know that scene at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the old one where Donald Sutherland, like, you know, raises his hand and like makes that weird noise with his mouth and opens his eyes real wide. That's what I do. And then the drone comes in and zaps people. So or like nets them up and takes them away. I've contributed to some of that action. But yeah, so I've done that. Like, I don't know. We get takeout here and there.
How have you
once, twice a week.
How have you survived taking such heroic risks?
Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, let's face it.
Super close calls.
Going through the fried chicken drive-through a couple of times, getting a pizza. Getting a pizza is like an act of death. It's like some kind of death-defying act. Someone's like, "You got a pizza? You got a pizza? You went to get a pizza? Are you crazy?" I'm just gonna reload until there's a vaccine. I'm like, really? Because there might not be a vaccine.
Yeah, you're gonna die eating crackers. Like, motherfucker. He's like,
no, it's like my wife and I had our 20th wedding anniversary in the middle of all this. You know, we were gonna go out of town and like go to the place we went to on our honeymoon, and of course, like, we could do it technically now, but like back in May, like, everything was closed still. And there were people. If you were flying, you could only fly, like, you know, if your parents were dying, but then you weren't allowed to see them. You could just go to the same city that they were in. But you know, so we went to a restaurant. We like went out for brunch and we sat on a patio and ate like brunch food. It was good food, but at the same time, I was like, you know, I didn't tell anybody because. At that time, like, nobody I knew had been to a restaurant in months, and I didn't, you know, I didn't want to deal with the people saying, well, to me, it's not really safe to do that. I mean, you gotta, maybe it's fine, you'll be fine, but what about the other people? I'm like, I haven't seen anybody you know, other than my wife and son in months. Bizarre.
Yeah, none of this makes sense at all. But no, I'm only my mom listens to shows.
Have you gotten together with people? Do you like drinks in the backyard or any shit like that? Or do you have any friends? I mean, you strike me as someone who might not.
No, I have a lot of acquaintances, but I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Honestly, I've been doing whatever the fuck I want. I was kind of cool for the first 2 weeks, and like, I'll go ahead and admit this to you and my mom listening right now that I don't believe in any of this shit, and like I don't even care. I'm not 80, and like I pray for people that are 80. I guess I just don't fucking care about it at all. I don't think I should sit on my couch forever because someone told me. I think I should do it because I want to, and I'm smart enough not to have to go to work, you know. But I feel like I don't know. It changed the thing now. Now everybody has the same luxuries we have now, apparently, of not having to go to work.
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of look at it like lots of people are frightened and nervous and trying to do the right thing, and I feel like I also am doing that just because one, out of respect for them, and also two, because I just don't feel like dealing with the shit, you know?
Yeah, and I have to like hide, like, I feel like my neighbors will like tell on me like I'm Anne Frank if I have too many people over, so I have to like hide how many people. Like, yeah, I feel like that shit like all the time. Like, I'm like, oh man, like the fucking retards that are scared across the street, Lysol and everything, are gonna fucking tell on me, and probably already have. Just the cops don't care. Like, St. Louis kind of a weird town.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have not. I've been a pretty good boy, but I'm just. What I'm not gonna do is say that I like it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna like pretend like this is something that is good and normal and virtuous.
Yeah, it's not even okay. Like, I don't even stand by any of it. I'm just like, this is insane. Like, I'm not gonna say this is real. We're all gonna die. I'd rather spend my last days not being a pussy and doing whatever I want to do, eating whatever food I want to eat. I don't give a fuck yet. I mean, I'm not gonna like die crying in my corner, scared or something. And also, I don't believe we're all dying. So it's like two different kind of ways of thinking about it.
Well, some people are dying, but 7,000 Americans die every day, no matter what.
Yeah, the stats were pretty much the same as last year during the same months. I mean, that's what New York Times, like for the 4 people that still read that shit, published this thing saying 100,000 people's names and shit, and they're all like tiny fonts. And then like you look it up, and it's like like the same amount of people, relatively speaking, died last May. Like it's just like insane to me. Like that's why we're sitting at home.
I'm not a virus denier. Like, this is obviously, like, a weird, strange disease that came to our shores and every other shore, and killed people and made people sick. And
it was just wildly hyped up. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's just like, it has
created a lot of havoc. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think, like, okay, imagine if your entire life, every time anyone died, it was in the news.
Right.
People would have gone insane.
Yeah.
Which is actually what's happened. But other than like, if someone dies, like their family and friends, like, will pay for an obituary to run, and so that death is then acknowledged by people who know and love that person. But now, anytime anyone dies, or at least that was the case for the first couple months, I feel like now it's gotten a little bit more abstract. Suddenly, anytime anyone died, it was on CNN.
Yeah, that was.
Anytime anyone died, so no wonder, we don't really deal with death very well in this culture, right? So everyone was just going crazy because they were thinking that they themselves were about to die. There's all this talk about how it's like you're doing this for the elderly and for people with, people who are immunocompromised or face comorbidity or whatever, but really they're just afraid that they're going to die and they don't want to die. So.
Right, and then it just kind of showed like an IQ test. I remember people were just spraying my money with Lysol and shit. Like, I'm just like, you're gonna fucking kill people. Like, just like they're like poisoning everything. Like, I'm like watching them poisoning bleach and Lysol everything. I'm like, these people are fucking stupid. I just couldn't even imagine.
Washing their groceries with bleach.
Yeah, dude, and like washing their hands 35 times a day and putting all this sanitizer. My friends' hands were like, some of my friends' hands were like swelling from taking so much hand sanitizer, man. I was just like watching these people just like not make any sense. Everybody's just scared, and they're good people. They're just fucking scared. And like it's just, but it's like it doesn't make. I just don't think fear is a good survival tactic. I just don't think it's like, I don't know. I just don't see it as like, if it kills me, I'm like whatever. I just like I guess that's what was supposed to happen. I just don't fucking. I'm not that.
Yeah. Well, the irony is, of course, that you're exactly the person who is going to die with this.
I hope so. I'm bored, man. I hope so. Like I'm fucking.
With your shitty nihilistic attitude. I'm hedging my bet. And like I'm part-time shitty nihilistic attitude, part-time like nice do-gooder liberal who's going to save society, and that and maybe the anti-racism cancel police won't drag me out of my house and spray paint red on my face. And,
yeah. Even though we're completely different people, you speak on my show, now you're racist. Basically, that's how it works. Like you're racist being on the show now. Sorry, man.
I don't even know who the fuck you are, honestly.
Good.
I mean, because I've got no racist credentials really at all, as far as I know. Although I suppose according to the theory of white fragility, even by saying that I'm not racist, I actually am racist. But I don't see it.
Well, you're white, so yeah, you're racist now. So sorry, and that's how it works. Like people mad make up the rules, and we have to follow them. And whoever's the most offended makes up the rules.
Fortunately, no one's going to listen to this. So.
Just my mom, yeah. She'll just be like, thanks for making another episode. And like nobody else in the world.
All right. So anyway, my book, Pothead.
You're a writer, right? Like that's why we're originally doing this, I think.
Yeah, I'm a writer, but let's face it. Like, what's really on everyone's mind?
Right. You went in Jeopardy. You went in Jeopardy a couple years ago. Like that's what the people want to hear about.
It was 7 years ago now. Oh my God.
Damn it. That's crazy. Anyway, buy Neal's book. Buy every book he's ever written.
I've written 11 books.
And you want to throw out social media or anything before we get on there? Or any links or any kind of thing my mom could click on?
Well, my book, there's my book Pothead, which you can get, at any indie bookstore or Amazon if you hate democracy. Or you can also I edit this pop culture and literature website called Book and Film Globe. www.bookandfilmglobe.com, and that is I think it's real good, and I certainly enjoy having something to do every day. And it hasn't gone out of business yet, so that's good. That's what I got going on.
Fine. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. I'll be in touch.
All right, stay safe, shelter in place.
And thank you for listening, one listener. I appreciate the one listener listens right now.
Me too.
Thanks, bro. Talk to you
later.